Welcome to Hatman Strikes Back Daily Boxing News. Is Daniel Dubois underestimating and overlooking Joseph Parker? Judging by the comments on the clip of Dubois challenging Alexander Usyk in the ring after his repeat victory over Tyson Fury, it seems that a lot of fans do think that Dubois is underestimating Joseph Parker or overlooking him. He's thinking about Usyk when he's got a fight against Parker scheduled, as if in his mind, a victory against Parker is a foregone conclusion, as if he's taken his eye off the ball. My take on it is this. It's very possible that Daniel Dubois is overlooking and underestimating Joseph Parker. We've seen these things in heavyweight boxing many times over the decades. But personally, and I could be wrong here, I don't see Joseph Parker being a particularly big threat to Daniel Dubois. We know what Joseph Parker is. He's a mentally tough fighter in the sense that he doesn't freeze, and we've never seen him quit. He can take a beating. But for me, he's always lacked that bit of extra killer instinct that separates the elite fighters from everybody else. When Joseph Parker fought Andy Ruiz and won the WBO title, at no point did Parker look like he was comfortable in the pocket against Ruiz. Now look, he won the fight. It was close. Some people say controversial. I think Parker won it legitimately, but he did not want any smoke on the inside with Ruiz. Years later, he fought Dylan White, a man who he was way faster than, a man who he had much better coordination than, a man who he had much more amateur experience than. Yet Dylan White was able to dog him out of the fight. Dylan White was too tenacious for Joseph Parker. Similar thing with Joe Joyce. He was too tenacious for Joseph Parker. See, there's one thing being mentally tough and physically tough, being able to take a beating, but it's another thing being vicious. Joseph Parker's just not vicious enough, or at least he hasn't been in the past. Well, Daniel Dubois is vicious. I know he comes across as very goofy and awkward in interviews and what have you, but in the ring, he's a vicious man. And so if we're going off track records, I have to imagine that he's going to be too much for Joseph Parker. I think Parker will last longer than Anthony Joshua. I don't think he'll get blown out in 5 rounds, but I do think he'll get gradually broken down with Dubois' jab, with Dubois' pressure, his physical strength, his youth, and probably stopped somewhere around the 9th, maybe the 8th. Dubois is a guy who lives in the gym. He's been boxing all his life since he was a little kid. So I can't see him coming in out of shape at all. I think he's going to be in fantastic shape for Joseph Parker. But will he be mentally switched on? Will he be mentally prepared for a tough battle? I'm gambling on the idea that he won't need to be. That he'll be so much in control that his resolve won't really get tested. But if I'm wrong on that, and Parker is able to test Daniel Dubois' resolve, if he is able to nullify Dubois' offense to a large degree and implement his own offense, then yeah, things could get very interesting and an upset would not be out of the question at all. But as I say, I think the scenario that's more likely is that Parker cannot keep Dubois off and he's too concerned with defending himself than attacking Dubois to actually gain a foothold in the fight. That's my take on it. Give me your take in the comment section below. I know many of you guys will disagree. That's fine. Whatever the case may be, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Are you surrounded by mindless bots in human form who adhere to the norm and blindly conform? Who swallow all the mainstream BS and actually ridicule you for questioning things? Do you wish you had more free-thinking individuals in your life to network and converse with? Well, look no further. We're right here. Come and join the Brotherhood of Reason on Patreon. You'll gain access to my weekly topical content where we take deep dives on an endless variety of subjects, as well as my vast back catalogue of podcasts, videos, interviews, movie decodings, and my Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You'll also get to talk and network with myself and hundreds of other people in our members chat. You can enjoy all this via the Patreon app or on desktop and download all my podcasts in high quality MP3. There's no contract, no commitment. You can cancel at any time just like Netflix, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Just download the app from the Play Store or the App Store, or simply visit patreon.com on a web browser. Then head on over to my page and select the tier called the Brotherhood of Reason. All the links are in the description box below. And just a quick money-saving tip for Apple users. If you purchase your Patreon subscription on the desktop site or on Android, then you'll avoid the ridiculous 30% fee that Apple charges for purchases made on the iOS app. So if you're on iPhone or iPad, save yourself some money by buying your subscription on the actual Patreon website or on Android because it's a lot cheaper. Once you've made that initial purchase, you can then use the Patreon app on your iPhone or iPad thereafter to access and enjoy your content as normal.